Agent is extremely good in his own right. Fury is equally good, so this should be a lot of fun. We have a start screen in the Deadwoods. Interesting start. They're close to what 2 Armoses, so not bad.
Yeah, but good news for these runners is that they are starting with the maximum 5 heart containers, so already they have a good chance of picking up that white sword item if they can find it.
Yes, it could still be Raft blocked, Power Burst blocked, Flute blocked, so there's still quite a ways to go before we think about that. We'll see what our Armos item is momentarily. Yeah, so we're playing with a plus or minus 4 HP enemies set. As you can see, we have a normal overall, and that is a rather healthy medium secret, so that's a nice thing to find.
That is the top dollar amount for our medium rupee secret, 40 rupees. So far so good, but we won't know if it's going to be a first quest mixed overworld or a second quest mixed overworld until we hit either the vanilla level 2 or level 5 location.
Correct. And we will see, we have a Raft as our Armos item, so no help. I actually like that. Not so much for the runners, but for us as watching, it doesn't give us like a runaway offense right away.
Yeah, Raft, not the most glamorous item, but you never know. There are 2 Raft locations. Who knows? Maybe there is a level or a white sword item behind one of those 2 Raft spots. We will see in short order. But first, Ategenos is going to check this cave to the southwest, and he's going to find... Ooh, he found the candle!
And you got to imagine Fury will actually find that pretty quickly as well. That's a pretty common spot to go in the beginning area.
Instead, Fury is going to check a spot that tends to be overlooked, especially at the starting locations like in the northeastern section. He's checking the far tip-top area of the southwestern corner of Hyrule. He's going to check out this cave and find some money to the tune of 40 rupees. We find that bomb prices have a 10% markup at 22 rupees. Not the worst prices I've seen, but I could say I've seen better.
Well, if that is our only bomb shop, you need the ladder. You need the Raft to get over to it, but... Yeah, so he kind of helped us out and gave it to us.
And there's that is not the rare shop. We do find a 5% discount on the cheap bait at 57 rupees. And if we're dealing with the second quest set potentially for the mixed, you never know. We might need 2 baits.
FurySK doing an interesting strategy there. Does the world drop to check what their coast item is. It's just a heart container, so none of the free items yet have been helpful.
Not at all. And of course, don't forget that heart containers are now part of the item shuffle. So you could have the potential of seeing 3 heart containers in the same dungeon.
I mean, it's highly possible that once we find level 1 or level 8, both of which should have 3 items unless it's a second quest first half, either one of those could have 3 items in them, being 3 heart containers.
And we find our first dungeon. Ooh, a red candle is an item right off the top. That is a nice find because you want to have that permanent weapon as soon as possible. So getting that red candle, and he finds the Triforce too. So if he pauses the screen, we'll get an indication of which level that Ategenos might have just found the Triforce for. His Fury's going to buy some bombs. The upper right Triforce piece, and I forgot to write down the Triforce numbers.
That would be level 2.
Alrighty, very good. And that, I wonder if pallets are another thing that could be unshuffled, because this is level 2's pallet.
No, pallet color is definitely shuffled.
Gotcha. Just coincidentally, it happens to be the one for vanilla level 2.
Ategenos able to take out these Lionels with the newly found red candle, so can make some progress here. Gets a pack of bombs on the ground. That pack of bombs is kind of interesting laws because we don't know if that is the white sword bonds or if it's a just a regular dungeon drop.
Unfortunately, Fury decided to play some money-making game, and he came up empty, minus 14 rupees. He has 36 rupees right now, but Ategenos continuing to dig level 2 here. Now, again, because the hearts are in the shuffle, this time Fury winning big, 28 rupees on the money-making game. Oh, look at this! Ategenos finding the bow. So we have 2 great items here in level 2, and Ategenos, that's all for level 2, so he's done. That was quick.
Yeah, but one thing of note, though, is that looks like it might very well be a Shapes level 2. Couple more rooms we would need to see, but I'm almost positive that would be a Shape.
We did find our large secret on Ategenos' side of the board, and it's 106 rupees, so not quite laws approved, but I'll tell you what, it's definitely an above-average money seed. I like it. That gravestone doesn't push for FurySK in the northwestern section of the graveyard, but the one in first quest does, and we find our blue ring shop with the standard blue ring price.
Ategenos finding a Take Any Heart. Yeah, because it's 6 on the day, so here's guaranteed that white sword item when we come across it.
Now, Fury found what we assume is the magical sword variety of the 4-pack of bombs. You need between 10 and 14 hearts in order to pick that up. Because they start with 5 hearts, it's a possible play if these runners are low on bombs, and they're on the way to that spot. First quest, level 5, so we're dealing with a first quest mix, so 3 large secrets, Dark Balls.
Yes, it should be a first quest mix at this point. Possibly first quest straight, but most likely mixed.
Ategenos checking the lake, the waterfall, and it looks like the door repair penalty, if my math is correct, is 19. Fury, meanwhile, going to check the Armos statue's death mound, but before he can get to the staircase, he gets bopped by those fast-moving Armos. That was a tough screen to negotiate.
See how long it takes Fury to head to the upper right corner of the map. That's usually a place that a lot of people go early just because of how many open spots there are.
Ategenos doing a nice damage boost off that red candle to get by that blue dart nut, which does 2 hearts of damage. Fury finding another medium secret up to 104 rupees. Don't know what the small secret is yet, but yeah, this is definitely an above-average money seed for these runners. Even if the small secret is something undesirable, we believe that there is going to be the 3 large secrets and only the 4 small secrets, in addition to those 7 40-rupee mediums.
Just for clarification, Ategenos does have the Triforce in level 2. It just has to be marked on the tracker. Yeah, but this is definitely a mixed overworld because that bomb spot in the lower left did not open up.
Yep, that's correct, because in first quest that spot would open up, but not second quest. So yep, definitely mixed. You better believe it. And Agi is going to continue to explore the dead woods here, checking where the 10 normally is, and that is indeed confirmation. That is the magical sword bomb. So we're still looking for the white sword item.
FurySK doing Burn Row, and then he may loop up. We found level 9. And that is a second quest level 9. Therefore, 7, 8, 9 will all be second quests.
And that means a potential of... no, that would be first quest, I believe. If it's first quest, I believe that's 2 potential bait blocks. If it was first quest 1 through 6.
Well, yeah, because there would be a bait block in 3 and 7.
Yep, so there is still going to be, I think, just the 1 bait block somewhere, which I believe, if it follows the physics that I think they do, it'd be in 8.
And FurySK finding a level down on Burn Row, and gets a red ring off the bat.
Oh, that's huge for FurySK, because that's going to quadruple his defense right now. He doesn't have to buy that blue ring, so the damage is now down to 1/4 the base value. What a find there for FurySK. Yeah, I tell you what, Oasis might have very well been a prognosticator of that red ring, because we had accidentally marked it on Ategenos' side, but it turns out Fury found the red ring under 9 minutes in. Now Ategenos finds level 9 too.
Ategenos about to find the same level that has the red ring, so he'll be having it momentarily.
Yeah, so this is a pretty even race between these 2 runners right now here. I think the only big advantage is that Ategenos, of course, has the red candle. We find our small secret. It is the standard amount of 10.
I don't think it'll take FurySK too long to get up to the upper right side. He's kind of heading in the general vicinity now.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as he doesn't take a costly death along the way, he should be able to find his level 2 with the red candle and the bow. Fury going to check Candle Road. That's a potion shop. No letter, no business.
It's possible I won't hurt him too much because there wasn't any road that went right next to that.
Now, you thought it was a Shapes level 2 that Ategenos was in, but some people are indicating this might actually be first quest, first half.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was Shapes or not. It was only 5 rooms, so I couldn't really tell.
Okay, so yeah, based on that level 1 kind of did have that eagle spread there. So if that's the case, we're dealing with 2 items in level 1, just 1 item in level 4.
Well, we just confirmed it because we just saw a second floor item, so this has to be level 1.
Right. Absolutely indeed. What was that second item in level 1? I didn't see it.
It was in a turret room in the center. It was just kind of free on the ground.
But what was it? Was it a heart container?
Yes.
No, it wasn't. Okay, it was. All right, so that's
I'm still thinking that's a Shapes level 1, though. I'm not positive.
Well, we'll see who's right about that. We'll know in due time. We haven't found any maps yet. Speaking of maps, if these runners do find the book, I do believe that is considered an atlas in these flags, yes?
Yes, it is.
So that's going to be a very important item if these guys don't want to play Name That Level. Plus, it gives them an idea of where they can and cannot bomb. And bombs, as we've seen in many races so far in this tournament, have been critical, especially when it gets to level 9.
Yeah, looking back on the map, given where the attract force was in level 1, I'm 99% positive that was a Shape.
All right, somebody's going to be right about this, but again, we'll find out in due time. We'll see if my broadcast partner is 100% correct. Because you do find our Take Any Roads. One of them takes you to the letter spot, a very expensive blue candle. Luckily, these runners both have a candle already, so they don't have to spend their hard-earned money. And FurySK is on the right track. He should be getting into level 2 very shortly.
Yeah, he should be there momentarily, as in right now.
Better believe it. Ategenos finds a new level, though. Rather than spend a bomb, he's going to try to do the pirouette trick, but to no avail. So that means there's going to be a bomb hole to the left or to the right of start, and Ategenos is going to scroll right first, and then he'll scroll left if it does nothing.
Fury is going to do a Kananaki here and try to get that through that key door without spending one. Just has to hope the Stalfos plays along with him.
Absolutely, and luckily he's got that red ring, so normally those beams would do 2 hearts. Oh, but he couldn't get the Kananaki.
Gonna grab that Triforce and figure out that this is in fact level 2, and he'll probably go right back in. And now we can 100% confirm that that is a Shape.
Well, congratulations, Dark Falls. You just proved 90% of the chat wrong, so I'm very proud of you there, Dark Falls. And yes, contestants, name that ink blot. I haven't said that in a long time, Dark Falls.
The reason being I thought it was a Shape. I was pretty sure that level 2 had 4 rooms across, which would guarantee it being a Shape.
I don't know what to make of it. It almost looks like a megaphone, but it has so many horns, so... honestly, I'm at a loss for words on this ink blot.
Hopefully this Kananaki doesn't end up costing Fury, because the bow was only 1 room south, I believe.
Well, he is heading to the west. He does do a successful Kananaki. Well, it's just a room full of blue bubbles, so nothing here for Fury. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. We all know what that's from. We'll move on. And Fury's going to find this map. He's going to find out that this is Shape. So once again, for the second time, contestants, name that ink blot.
That is a Hydra.
Does look like a Hydra. I'm going to say it's Aquamentus. Looks like Aquamentus and his Adam's apples really extended out.
That ladder block is actually going to help Fury get them back the correct way.
Oh, absolutely. There's some bad ladder blocks, and then there's good ladder blocks. This is going to prove to be a good ladder block for Fury.
Not that it really cost him too much time.
No, not at all, Dark Falls. He's going to go ahead and take care of these Gibdos and Blue Lionels in the hopes that he gets a bomb drop. They appear in the global counter on the 1, 6, and 8, but Fury will get his 4-pack of bombs as a room drop. He's just got to get to a couple more rooms to get his bow, but he will find a key as Ategenos decides to purchase some bombs here, and that's all. He won't go for the max.
Check on that Lionel. I like that too, throwing a sword.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a Lionel. I'm fully on board with that answer, too. And there is the all-important D for FurySK, and that is all for level 2, but he's not going to up an A. I guess he wants to keep his full health for the time being. Not a bad strategy.
Yeah, he's only a couple rooms from the start, so there's no point in losing 2 hearts if we don't have to.
Oh, but look at this. We find a nice cheap price on those wooden arrows. That, my friends, is a 15% discount. Ategenos will gladly purchase them for 68 rupees, and FurySK will gladly pick up that large secret. Wait a minute, a large secret in the far northeastern section of Hyrule. Chat, you know what to do about that.
FurySK trying to get back into the... no, he's going to pass it up. He was trying to get back up into the travel roads, but gonna finish his exploration as part of the map.
And we find our white sword item, and it's FurySK's personal favorite, the magical boomerang. Ategenos will go ahead and pick it up. FurySK right now has a 2 and 3 chance of picking it up because you need anywhere between 4 and 6 hearts. But strike that, Furion is now guaranteed that magical boomerang. He finds a bonus cave, and we find another level on Ategenos' side.
See whether we can determine what this to be. We know it's not second quest 7 or 8, so it's going to be a shape of some sort. Oh, hello, Wizrobe.
Yep. Hello, Wizrobe's mild friend. I've come to die to you again. Nobody likes seeing Wizrobes, especially if they're beefy.
The viewers do.
Well, yeah, viewers love it. Nice clock drop there for Ategenos. He'll be able to finish off this room rather easily. And again, it is levels 3, 4, or 5, or 6 contestants. Name that ink blot.
Well, it's not a segment, so we'll see if it has a staircase or not. So that's kind of tough. It's 4 or 5. Given by that size, I want to say 3.
I know exactly what that is. Dark Falls, have you ever played golf for the Atari 2600?
Long time ago when I was much younger.
It looks like the golfer from the Atari 2600 golf game. We find our white sword variety of the bombs. Ategenos will go ahead and pick it up.
That's actually a nice find, especially considering it's in a staircase. Because now we don't have to worry about it in the back of our head if that is a dungeon drop or not.
I'm serious. It looks like the golfer on his backswing in Atari 2600 Golf. I love it. Fury going to check this Armo statue spot and find a bomb shop. And he's going to go ahead and purchase the bait. That's a solid pickup considering all the money he's got.
Well, he knows that we have second quest 7 and 8 coming up too, so...
And Fury will go back and get the bombs as well. Top out at 8 bombs. Ategenos going to get a key here. Fury going to find another medium secret to get a lot of his spending money back. I'm Batman.
And I believe this is the dungeon that Ategenos in right now.
Yep, whatever level this might be, we find a compass. So Fury's 1 room away from the Triforce. He'll bomb to the north, and he can get there. What do we need to clear? Well, just some blue Gorias, not the worst thing in the world.
Ategenos finding the recorder in this level here. Whatever it may be.
Very nice. The Olive Garden breadstick on Ategenos' side, and for all we know, it could be required. But Fury does get the Triforce here, as does Ategenos, so that's going to be his second one. Both runners have 2 Triforce pieces. We won't know what level it is just yet, though.
That is our 3rd gray dungeon.
Now we know which level it is.
Yes, the one Fury was in was level 6.
Got it.
Yeah, not sure for Ategenos, he didn't check his map.
That was level 3 that these runners both completed.
No, they were different dungeons. Fury was in 6, Ategenos was in 3.
Got it. No wonder why it looked like they were in the same dungeon. You mentioned that's the 3rd grade dungeon. Zelda, you're not doing a very good job painting these dungeons for Ganon.
Because we also have a great dungeon over on Burden Row where that was level 1.
Ategenos doesn't see anything much there behind the level 8 candle spot in first quest, so he's going to check this cave next door, and he's going to find... We know the hints are worthless, because that's another thing that's been shuffled, is the hints.
Yes, Ategenos is about to find level 6, though.
Yep, and the rule of thumb is whenever you see vanilla hint prices, stay far away from them. Well, that's right. We have gotten to the rounds where it's nothing but community hints. So, yeah, there are no hints.
Correct.
But that is a telltale sign. If we were doing, like random % Dark Falls, if you did see the vanilla prices, to stay far away from those hints.
Yes. It looks like Fury is going to leave 6 alone, which I don't blame him, just because of how big level 6 is.
Absolutely, because level 6 in shapes can be in excess of 40 rooms. I've seen it before. It can be a doozy.
And all we really need right now are basically, most likely, ladder and silvers.
Yes,
Most
indeed.
likely.
Yep, Ategenos did purchase the wooden arrows. We don't have a marker for that on the tracker, but we do know that Ategenos has wooden arrows on his side of the board. If Fury can get to that arrow shop, which, to me, I think that is the rare shop of this particular seed. Then again, we haven't seen much of Death Mountain, but once he gets to that shop, Fury will get those arrows. There's no question about it.
He is about to find level 3, though, so he's going to get his recorder momentarily.
And that'll be a great pickup there for Fury. We got ourselves quite a match here. It was a close game.
Yeah, just kind of trading back spots.
I think the item that might determine a winner potentially here. Ooh, we've got some beefy Zols here. They had their Chef Boyardee before the match. At least the Keese are weak, though. Speaking of weak, those orange gorillas, one hit and they're gone.
Fury, seeing the bombs, does not need them. He has 8. He just wants to go get that recorder momentarily.
Boy, look at that, ink block contestants. Name it.
That is a monstrosity.
Speaking of monstrosity, I see the one-off, a good old stout staircase somewhere.
Fury grabs his Triforce in 3.
To me, it kind of looks like... You were talking about a Hydra. This looks like a Hydra to me.
I was thinking kind of like a Medusa head.
Ooh, yeah, the Medusa. Yeah, Medusa itself. Yeah, that's a good answer, too. And Ategenos, seeing the potential of the one-off, he's not going to take that staircase. Lucky for Fury, because he's got the red ring, as does Ategenos. Getting hit by orange wizards isn't nearly as devastating without. It's going to be 1 heart you lose instead of 4.
Yeah, that beam without a within a green tunic is equally getting hit by Ganon.
What? I can't hear you, Dark Falls.
Thanks, old man.
I'm sorry, I had to do it. All right, so here's where the boomerang could come in handy for Ategenos. He's gonna get these segments. Oh, and they are beefed up.
Yeah, when they get kind of rowdy like that, the boomerang's not gonna help it too much. Gets one down, gonna leave the room and trick it into thinking both of them are dead now.
Absolutely, Dark Falls. It's a great strategy. So now Ategenos is going to check to see if this is potentially our item, and it's a red herring.
One thing to note, this is only game 2. Fury needs to win 2 in a row. He has not won 1 yet. I know the tracker has 1 lit up, but this is only game 2.
Yep, this is game number 2, and Fury must win if he wants to keep his hopes of advancing to the Grand Championship right here alive. Now Fury does get the recorder here out of level 3, and he is now done with this level. He can move on to the next. And with that, I'd say he takes a very small lead at the moment on Ategenos. But again, I think this is a really close match, and this is what we like to see.
Actually, I do stand correct. This is actually game 3. Fury has won one. He won the first one.
Oh, okay. So we do stand corrected. It is a 1-1 match, so the winner moves on to the Grand Championship right here. So if Ategenos wins, it'll be his second career Zelda 1 Randomizer Championship appearance. If FurySK wins, it'll be his first. Oh, look at this! Ategenos Gamble is correct. Level 6 has the silver arrows.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if Fury heads back there or not.
This could be a potential turning point because no one likes to dig level 6, and if FurySK finds an instant Triforce and hits the Gamblematic 9000, it could be all she wrote, as Ategenos does get the Triforce out of level 6, which he did! FurySK did hit the Gamblematic 9000 out of that level. Oh, man.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting if he heads back there or not. Given how big level 6 is, it most likely won't, but it's too early to tell.
Oh, man, that is... Oh, and that's another thing. We just got confirmation that those silver arrows were Pole's voice blocked, so the only way you can kill him is bow and arrow or the wand. So Fury couldn't kill him even if he wanted to dig level 6. Oh, that's
Fury
brutal.
does find a... well, he found the level at the forest shop. We don't know which one this is quite yet.
And we find the good old Frozen palette on Ategenos' side. Who are you? Who? I don't think I get that reference, Dark Falls. I'm sure somebody in chat does.
I think that is a reference to the New Day in WWE. I'm not positive, though.
Ah, got it. See, I don't follow new songs like that. Got it.
It's wrestling.
New Day reference, yep. Okay. So FurySK finding the ink blot here. So this is either level 4 or level 5. And let's see, 8, 11, 13. There's 19 rooms, which to me doesn't tell me anything. It still could be either level, but I think chances are it's level 4.
Yeah, given that size, it's most likely level 4. Because we saw the size of 6.
Yeah, and the other reason is level 5 can be this size, but it tends to be a little bit larger than that, like 20 to 25 rooms.
And that would be, I believe, Kefka's song from Final Fantasy as our recorder tune.
When in doubt, go with an RPG, and that's certainly an RPG, Dark Falls, as Fury's going to find this push block, and it's 5!
Yes,
a very small 5 at that.
So we found everything on the first part. We're still missing 4, 7, and 8.
Yeah, it looks like Ategenos, though, has found himself into level 8, which is 35 rooms of stairways to hell, getting lost trying to find the 2 staircases that have items.
Nope, that would not be level 8. That would probably be our level 4.
Yep, there it is, yep, and it's a segmented level 4, so contestants, name that ink blot. And there is our bomb upgrade for 105 rupees, but unfortunately, Fury finds himself 17 rupees short. Fury finding the Triforce here in level 5, going to avoid it for now. Ategenos finding a heart container in level 4.
So there's 2 hearts in this level.
Ah, because he found the one behind the staircase.
Correct.
Got it. Fury has just found the staircase item in level 5. It is going to be the book that's going to act as an atlas, of course, at the cost of the wand's effectiveness in a way, because most players who play this game will not want to have the book to go with that wand. But Having that Atlas is huge.
That could help him with level 6 when he has to go back there. We'll see how long it takes him, though.
Absolutely. Now, Fury is still trying to find the floor item here that's in level 5. Ategenos is just trying to find the Triforce here in level 4, and he'll be done. Oh, it's the other boomerang, and Fury staying far away from it. He already has the magical boomerang anyways, plus he's a huge advocator of that said magical boomerang. But one thing you should know is if you were to pick up that wooden boomerang and you already have the magical boomerang in hand, it does nothing. You don't downgrade your weapons like you do in Castlevania 2.
Yeah, but given that this is a very large tournament race, if that was his first boomerang, I guarantee he would have picked that up, but he doesn't need it at this point.
No, not at all. So Ategenos finding the transport staircase that's likely going to take him en route to the Triforce, but he does get a key. He's up to 7. So he's got a nice set of keys to his name. We do find a recorder spot here, and unfortunately it just leads to, no, that is not a door repair penalty. That would have normally been a hint to either where the white sword item is or the magical sword. There's the Triforce. That is poorly blocked by that Goma. Fury's now back into level 1. We found 2 out of the 3 items. We found a red ring and we found a heart container, but I don't think we found the staircase item.
Not quite. And don't forget, lads, we are still looking for that all-important wand as well. That could still be the deciding factor for Fury going back to level 6.
Oh, absolutely. If he can find the wand here in level 1 as our staircase item, he can get right back into this match.
And that would negate the need for him to get arrows, so you can just wand down the pulls away if need be.
Right you are. There's the map that Fury no longer needs because he has the book. Ategenos going to also purchase the bait here, and I like this move because, again, with level 8 still looming large, you just never know if that bait's going to be required to pass.
Virus dying to a candle is beautiful.
Wow, they rolled low because they normally have 4 HP, so they were either 1 or 0 HP Virus. That's very nice. And we find, well, it's the dock that pays you this time. No docking fee for Ategenos. He gets 10 rupees. Oh, but those orange moblins wagging their fingers saying, "Not today! Ho, ho, ho!"
Jerks.
I know. It doesn't matter if it's Moblins or Lionels or Octoroks. They're always jerks if there's a lot of enemies congregating at that coast spot.
Yeah, I usually try to clear them out before I cross over. Fury does have arrows already. So that's not even a matter of talk.
Now, both players do have arrows, but Ategenos with the all-important silver arrows. And we find the heart container, which we had already seen on Ategenos' side. We're looking for the staircase item.
It's going to be that one little nub room to the left, right here, that was key blocked.
Yep, and Fury's going to have to spend his key, so he's now down to 1 key. And yep, this 5 loungers room with these blue gorillas is going to be FurySK's ticket.
Gorilla's not rolling too high in HP, that's a nice sight.
Is that 2 HP? That means -3 for them. Ategenos finding a bonus cave. He'll pick up the potion, it looks like. Yep, good move on his part. He can refill his health twice.
No, it looks like our item is up on the top part past the Triforce.
And I think Fury has realized that. Gets a nice bomb drop from those orange gorillas, and this could be it.
Yeah, there is a key there, but we do have the removal open staircase on, so this is still potential? Yes, it is.
And what do we have for the final item in level 1? The wand! Oh, that's a huge find for FurySK, because now those dark nuts, you can do some damage to those dark nuts.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long it takes HN to get back over there.
Yeah, that is still a thing, is that FurySK still needs to get the silver arrows out of level 6, so the longer it takes Ategenos to get back to level 1, the better shot FurySK is going to have, and that was an accident. We've all done that. I'm guilty of it, and I'm sure everybody else who's played Randomizer has done it at least once or twice.
The thing to note also, though, Laz, is Fury has the recorder, so gambling's not going to hurt him as much. And 6 will be one of the first places he probably goes back to, just considering how annoying Quest 7 8 tend to be.
Yeah, not only that, it is second quest level 9, which is a bunny rabbit compared to first quest level 9. But we've seen what second quest level 9 can do to runners, so it's not a freebie by any stretch of the imagination. Nice shot with that silver arrow to clear that room for Ategenos, and that's just the transport staircase here in level 5. Fury gonna check this bomb spot. Oh! Forgot to let the explosive go off. And that is a bombable spot, and we find another bomb shop. We find some blue danger noodles for Ategenos, and they kind of rolled high. Those silver arrows aren't taking them down very easily. Fury going to check the forgotten spot here, and nice screen scroll to get to that other side quickly. And what do we have behind the forgotten spot? It's cash. 10 rupees.
So at this point, I think we're just missing 1 dungeon still.
Yeah, it's one of 7 or 8. We think it's 7.
Actually, no, we found out that was not level 8, so we're actually missing 2 dungeons. We're missing 7 and 8, actually.
Yep, 7 and 8. Yeah, because the dungeon that you thought was level 8 turned out to be level 4. This is the screen Fury died on, and it turns out it's 8! 7!
7.
Yep, 7. Not a fun level at all, because it's got a lot of staircases, and only one of them is going to have that item.
It's not as bad as First Quest 7, though. There's not going to be many bombable walls, there's not going to be any push-through walls, so it's a little bit more straightforward.
It is true, you are right about that, Dark Falls, but there's still 4 sets of transport staircases. There's still one one-way staircase, and only one of the staircases is that item, and I believe there's 2 mugger rooms, if my memory serves me well.
Trapped in with a blue wizard, never a good feeling.
And they have 10 HP by default, and they could have as many as 14. Oh, free bombs ain't enough!
So that's fun. He's gonna probably check this Triforce and leave.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if FurySK just got the heck out of there. I mean, it's level 7. We'll see what Fury has in mind. As Ategenos finds the book, but he says, I don't need no stinking Atlas. I want to keep my wand powers when I get that wand. And Fury does leave level 7, and I like this move. I mean, he doesn't know it, but there is not much of value. I mean, the only thing in level 7 that could be in there that could really be of help to FurySK is the any key.
Yeah, but again, it just comes down to will he go back to 6 or not.
I do stand corrected. There is one other thing that could help FurySK there in level 7, is if the power bracelet's there and it's guarding level 8. That's the only other thing.
We don't have the ladder yet either.
Yeah, ladder could help him as well, yes. But so far this has proved to be a ladderless seed. The only level we haven't found is level 8. And if level 8 is ladderless, this could be one of those rare ladderless seeds, Dark Falls. And yes, Trails 420 is absolutely right. That ladder could potentially be in level 9. Fury is going to check Death Mountain here in the hopes he finds level 8, but he does find the letter, which will enable him to buy potions. Oh, Ategenos looks like he might have found level 8.
Alright, this was in the Desert Recorder spot.
So Recorder was required to beat the seed, which comes to the surprise of nobody. Because when it is mixed overworld, that recorder becomes that much more valuable. And yeah, with that walkthrough wall, yeah, this is without a doubt level 8.
There's another one of those kind of dungeons that you just take the Triforce and run if you can at this point.
Yeah, because there's going to be 3 items, 2 behind staircase, and of course our floor item.
So we have 1 HP Virus and 1 HP Moblins. That's a really nice feeling. FurySK going back into 7. Interesting call.
Yeah, interesting call indeed, but he's going to give it a shot, and luckily these super ropes did not roll higher than its normal 4 HP. He's going to check the staircase. That's not the item. That's one of these transport staircases. Of course, it could be the one-way staircase as well, and no.
There are 2 items here, so it's not the worst play for him, especially needing silver still.
Ategenos finding the Triforce, and we've got Superman handle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, as bad as it is, the red ring kind of negates that almost.
Absolutely, but it makes it that much harder to kill with bombs. I mean, getting the double bullseye on Manhandle is very tough. I've seen it only a couple of times before.
What a lot of people do with that kind of thing is shoot each head once with a silver arrow and then bomb them.
Yep, hope for the bullseye. Oh, yeah, out of the frying pan and into the fire. We go from a Manhandla to a Blue Goma, and this might be the good old classic stealth staircase. Dead end.
FurySK stuck with another Dig Dogger. Gonna just take it out though.
Let's get a pack of bombs, which he sorely needed because he was down to 0. So, yep, Ategenos finding the troll staircase here in level 8.
Ategenos just grabs the Triforce.
Yeah, we'll see if he decides to go back into level 8 with 3 items still at large. I mean, considering what's in his inventory, I say he doesn't. And he's not. Fury, meanwhile, continuing to explore level 7. He's finding a lot of transport staircases, but he hasn't hit it big yet. Now, Ategenos is heading in the right direction to where level 7 is. He already knows where level 1 is, and he knows he hasn't gotten the staircase item out of there yet. I think FurySK's time's running out.
Anything can happen still. We'll see.
Oh, no question about it. But right now, the way this is shaping up to be, I mean, with level 9 coming up, I mean, Ategenos is a wand away from being in go mode. Fury needs to find this item. He's finding another transport staircase. I mean, if ladder is here in level 7, and it turns out that ladder is required in level 9, whether it's the Ganon fight or to rescue Princess Zelda, it could be a game changer at that point. It's a long shot to be sure, but you never know.
Yeah, and given the way that Ategenos has been playing, he may not bother looking for items here.
No, absolutely not. He's going to check Recorder Lake first, and unfortunately, draining that swimming pool was a no-no, and Ategenos pays the price. I finally thought of something about Recorder Lake door repair penalties. Is you drain that pool, you pay the price. Because, come on, these guys want to go out for a swim. We're almost here in the summer season. They don't want to have a dry swimming pool. I mean, Link, what are you thinking?
Hey, you always flush your pool after the winter. It's okay.
Well, that's true. You're absolutely right about that. Ategenos is getting very close to that spot. Now, here's our drop. So we know that one of the items in level 7 is a heart container. So when he finds the item behind the staircase, which could potentially be here, if he finds it, which he doesn't, that's another transport, and he's going to take it.
Going into the bottom 3 rooms.
Yep, that happened to be the one-way staircase. So any other staircase he finds, and he's already been here because that's where the Triforce was. Now, Ategenos does have to be a little bit careful. He is down to 2 hearts. A death in this area, it could be costly for him.
Yeah, he has Red Ring, so he basically has 8 hearts, so he's not going to be too much trouble at the moment.
That's true. He is going to try and take down these blue moblins in the hope of a bomb drop that would max him out at 8. We'll see if he gets lucky or not. And game does provide for him.
FurySK taking the top route, then probably go down that spine.
Yeah, that spine is looking likely of where the second item is going to be here in level 7. Well, we know the power bracelet's not required because we have found all of the items, so there's no way power bracelet's needed. And here comes Ategenos.
And Fury is going to just leave the staircase behind, which I can't blame him at this point.
Yeah, he knows he is running out of time. He's got to make a move, and I definitely agree with Fury getting out of there, but he may have waited a little bit too long, in my opinion. But again, we'll see what happens.
Side quest level 9 does have the potential to be ladder blocked, so...
Yep, it sure does. I mean, level 9 is known as the Great Equalizer for a reason. We have seen it come in full force during the bracket stages of this tournament, Dark Falls. Not to mention, it has already seen the biggest comeback victory in Zelda Randomizer history for those who weren't with us earlier in the tournament. Fury's going to get out of the Death Mountain area, and not going into level 7 right now.
Gonna check the second part of Death Mountain. And then that might lead him over into the desert. Ategenos gets the Triforce in level 7. We'll see if he goes back in or not.
I say he doesn't, but we'll see what Ategenos has in mind. He's still looking for the wand. I mean, level 7 wouldn't be the worst play in the world to maybe try and find the wand, and he's going back in.
This could be another interesting play if this is the ladder.
Oh, absolutely. But if it's not the ladder, this is, again, something that could buy FurySK some time to get back into this match. Fury does not like the screen at all, filled with Dark Nuts, especially the blue variety. Even with the red ring, you're still losing a half a heart every time you get hit, and he's only got a heart and a half left. He's able to get through and find a potion shop. He's got the letter, so he's going to show it. What do you know? I don't think I've ever seen that, and if I have seen it, it's been a long time. An exact 2-for-1 ratio between the Pepsi and Coke price.
Yeah, at this point, with a decent amount of keys and red ring, you're not going to use the money for pretty much for anything else. He does have arrows, and he already has the meat.
That is silly. I can't remember the last time I've ever seen an exact 2-for-1 ratio like that. That's crazy. Another bonus K for FurySK behind Vanilla level 9 spot. He'll go up to 9 hearts.
If you guys are liking what you're watching, please give both our runners, FurySK and Ategenos, a follow, as well as our tracker behind the scenes, It's Oasis, and my co-con today, LOZ Cards Fan 23.
Thank you very much. And also, please make sure you give Dark Falls a follow as well. Runner and also the man in charge of this tournament. He has been behind the scenes doing a lot of work. He's done an exceptional job for us. So thank you very much, Dark Falls. All right, back into the action here. Ategenos continuing to play out level 7 as Fury finds another potion shop. That's not what he's looking for. He's still looking for level 8. Again, level 8 is recorder block. It is in the desert. Fury's heading toward the right direction. He still needs to find level 4 as well. I don't remember where level 4 was, though. Ategenos checking this staircase here, but having a little trouble trying to do the swordless block clip, so he's just going to cut his losses and go around.
Yeah, I don't remember what level 4 was. I'm trying to think of... That armor screen that he was just on was level 6. He is not going back into it quite at this point.
Yep, that's where he needs to go in order to get the silver arrows. Ategenos is playing out this level 7. Trying to find the item. Fury's going to check the level 2 location. Ategenos is going to go on the all-you-can-eat pancake buffet as we find Recorder Lake here in level 2. Again, we knew it was going to be Recorder Lake because we had seen the normal level 5 look in level 5 spot. So it was. We had 2 recorder requirements. Got it.
Did Ategenos get both items? Here's my question now.
He's only gotten 1, I think. But then again, maybe he hasn't gotten the heart container yet, because again, we don't know what the staircase item is, and the item that really could help him out is the ladder.
Thanks, game. Great compass place.
I know, right? It's ladder blocked, and that is bad news for FurySK because he desperately wants to get that Triforce here, and then all he has to do is get the Triforce out of level 8, and he'll be eligible to go into level 9. Fury finds his heart container. When he finds the staircase that's got the item, he'll find another heart container.
FurySK picking up a secondary map of this level, doesn't really need it.
So all the items that you see below is where we have found all of our respective items. The 3 important items we have not found yet are the ladder, the power bracelet, and the magical key. We have found, so far to our knowledge, 6 of the heart containers in the shuffle. So there is a chance that we could see double heart containers in 9 as FurySK picks up his Triforce here in level 4. That's going to be his 7th Triforce piece, tying up the score in that department.
Now, I would assume he goes back in just because he doesn't have many rooms left and he doesn't need those arrows, but we'll see where he goes now. Yeah, he's going back in.
Yeah, and it's not a bad plan, FurySK's part. It is small enough, and he's already checked most of this dungeon, and once he finds the staircase, again, he'll find the heart container. He's not going to be thrilled about it, but I would imagine he'll pick it up, and again, you just never know. I mean, he's only got 3 bombs. I mean, if he's on the way to those pack of bombs, which I don't think he is, you never know. They could come in handy.
The old days of Swiss where those bombs were actually useful.
And Ategenos gives up on level 7, and Fury finding his heart container, so he's now done with level 4.
Now, the Triforce in level 8 wasn't that far in, so we'll see if Fury goes to the 9 or not.
Right now, considering who he knows his opponent is, and Ategenos, I think if he gets the Triforce out of level 8, he's going to make the play for 9.
Now, Ategenos is until level 1, and we'll see. He does have the map, so that could be interesting to see if he takes that route up top or not, given that it was kind of past the Triforce room.
Yeah, remember, he does not have the book that was in level 5. He decided to bypass that book. So yeah, if he picks up the Triforce here in level 1 and he hits the Gamblematic 9000, all of a sudden, we have ourselves a race again.
Yeah, the one difference is this will probably be the first. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, the map. So now it's interesting.
Yeah, now I think Ategenos goes for the item. He'll see that most of his map is covered, and at that point he's gonna go and look for that final item in level 1, and he's gonna be glad he did because he'll have everything he needs for level 9, and he could be in the driver's seat for punching his ticket to the Grand Championship.
FurySK and the Mad Scramble to find where level 8 is.
Yeah, his time is running out right now, Dark Falls. The longer it takes for him to find level 8, the more and more better of a shot Ategenos might have to wrap this thing up. But, again, level 9 is the great equalizer for a reason. All it takes is overlooking one room. And I mean, as easy as the second quest level 9 is, all it takes is overlooking one room and a race can flip just like that. Now, Fury has the right idea of using the recorder as he picks up another heart container to put him up to 12 hearts. He just isn't looking in the right spot, though. And Ategenos isn't even going to bother with Sprite. He's got plenty of health to tackle these last couple of rooms.
Yeah, he's not going to take that gamble. He's going to go straight to that wand.
Now, and Ategenos, he's going to be in the catbird seat as he's going to find this wand. All he's got to do is clear these easy peasy fires here, and he gets a bomb drop. He gets another bomb drop for good measure. And he's going to bomb to the right, and he's not going to push those blocks just yet. Ooh, he may think this room might have it. It's going to be a blank.
That key might throw him off if he forgets that that flag is on.
And he's going to try and push. He's going to find there's nothing there. Let's see if he remembers to push this block here in this particular level. He does remember. He's good. So with that, Ategenos officially in go mode, going into level 9, just needs to go one room back to the left, claim his Triforce, and he'll be ready to go, Dark Falls.
Yeah, as FurySK is about to find level 8, but it's going to be a little bit too late, possibly.
Yeah, this could be too little too late. I mean, FurySK would have to have the fastest level 9 exploration out there, or he's going to have some kind of ESP that tells him to go back into level 6 as he's now in level 8. Alright, so as Ategenos makes his way into level 9 right now, Dark Falls, what is he looking for?
Well, first thing he's going to be doing is listening for the sound of Ganon. We won't have his audio, unfortunately. You'll be able to hear Ganon one room adjacent to wherever he is.
Oh my goodness gracious, immediately Ategenos finds the compass. Holy smokes.
And then he'll be trying to get to that spot on the map, and you'll see a single shutter door that opens right away.
Yeah, we don't even have to talk about the single shutter door because the... Uh-oh! A potential ladder block. If that is the only way to get to Zelda's room, we may need that ladder.
Yeah, and there's still quite a few places Ategenos has to go back to if he wants that.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. We need 8 hits potentially from that magical wand. Remember, Ganon could be rolled as few as 6 wand hits. A high roll driver will cost him 1 heart. He's got 3 hits. Can't get the stun lock, but there's 4. There's 5. 1 more hit potentially. If he's low, 6. 7. And it is a vanilla HP Ganon. Down he goes. We've got Bacon and the Triforce of Power. So if Ategenos can find that workaround here, he's going to have a sub-hour time.
Yeah, I mean, it's still interesting, though. We'll see if we can get to that spot on the map without that ladder or not.
Well, he couldn't bomb to the north, it looks like, so he's going to have to find a workaround from the western part of this dungeon. So Ategenos is hoping he can find that workaround. FurySK could be running out of time, and that old man might be saying, ooh, we find a walk-through wall, and we find a door. If there's a door to the east, it's going to be GG for Ategenos. Oh, not quite yet. So there is a workaround, but now he has to find another room to get to that shoe room. Boy, what a troll this level 9 is.
And that's the ultimate oh shoot.
Yeah, more like, oh, something else. This is going to cost me my sub-hour.
Just remember, folks, speaking is family-friendly.
Yup, exactly. So, Ategenos is going to have to find another workaround to get to Zelda's room, but it may be a case where ladder is not required. So we'll see if that's the case, or if we have to find that magical staircase, or another walk-through wall. And gonna have to clear this room full of ropes, which he's able to do so easily here. And is there another door here? It's looking pretty good for Ategenos. And here's the shoot room, and that is gonna do it. Get your GGs out for Ategenos. He is going to do the unthinkable and pull a sub-hour in the Elite 8 flags and punch his ticket to the Grand Championship.
And upon seeing that, Fury has graciously dropped out. Let's get some GGs in chat for both runners.
Absolutely. Fury played extremely well, but it all came down to routing and having the arrows for level 6 to clear the Poles voices and get the silver arrows. We find our bait block. And by the way, we did find out that our bomb upgrade was the maximum 6 bombs for FurySK, but Ategenos was just one step ahead of FurySK in the routing department, and that's what sealed it for him. He's moving on to his first Grand Championship since 2016. And in case anybody had any doubts, you can remove those doubts. It was indeed Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. Like I always say, Dark Falls, when in doubt, go with a RPG, particularly Super NES. So yeah, ladderless seed. How about that, Dark Falls?
Yeah, I mean, it's a rarity. I mean, they do happen. And then, so now, looking forward, we have Captain Green versus Crystal Saber actually just about to start right now. Antlers and Jay Coper, I believe begins tomorrow. And then we'll have Fred Coughlin versus the winner of Captain Green and Saber. And then it'll be Antlers and Jay Coper versus the winner of that match. And then they play FurySK to see who plays Ategenos for the Grand Finals.
Yeah, and then I'll tell you what, Captain Green played very well against Crystal Saber last night, but just not quite well enough. And sometimes you got to be absolutely perfect against a guy like Crystal Saber. Must win for him, or he will be sent packing. We do find our ladder. It was here in level 8.
And we do have Ategenos with us in chat. GG Ategenos, and congratulations on winning the winner's bracket. You go to the Grand Finals now.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations, Ategenos, your first Zelda Randomizer Championship match since 2016. And right now, the way this is shaping up, you may get your rematch with Crystal Saber if the stars continue to align the way they are.
The dream, man.
All right, so how about that? A sub-hour for Elite 8 flags. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I really wasn't anticipating anything this easy, but, you know, I'll take it.
Absolutely. The only thing that pretty much separated you between you and FurySK was level 6 and getting the silver arrows. Now, it wasn't a Pole's voice room, but was it just there all by itself, or did you have to full clear that room?
You did have to clear the room, so arrows or wand was required. I was a little bit worried when I saw wand was there in 1, so pretty easy overall. You just needed some keys, but you know, like Fury was saying in IRC, the wand is completely unnecessary, and Red Candle basically blew you through this entire seed. The level 7 Triforce was a little bit crappy because of the four bot whiz ropes, but other than that.
Yeah, they rolled either 13 or 14 HP. As Fury does pick up the Triforce here in level 8, so that is his final Triforce piece. He has already, you know, for SRL purposes, thrown in the towel, but Fury, we'll see if he decides to finish this off. Turned out to be a lightning fast level 9, but the game did throw you a couple of curveballs in terms of Zelda doing her best to be not rescued.
Yeah, I was like, well, I hope that there's another way to get to her. And then I'm like, that's a shoot. Let's hope there's another way to get to her.
Right. Yeah, you had the double river room that blocked Zelda's room. You had the horizontal shoot room that blocked Zelda's room. Luckily for you, there was a workaround, so you didn't need that ladder, which again ended up being in level 8.
Yeah, and I bought the bait, and I thought about digging level 8, but I'm like, I've got level 7 left. I have an item left in 1. All I need right now, is the wand. So let's go check that out. Level 7 ended up being fairly disappointing. I think it was ladder block to get to the other item anyways, but that didn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. So now Fury's back into level 6. He knows that the silver arrows are there after the discussion you guys had in the IRC chat. I don't know if he's going to continue. It looks like he's going to continue here, but Fury is not out of the tournament yet. He does go into the bonus bracket, but tell you what, he put up a good tournament against you. A very good match. Came down to the wire.
Yeah, I still think Fury is one of the best people in this tournament. He does a lot of those really difficult, weird flag sets, so this is really in his wheelhouse. I just got really lucky.
Absolutely, and not only that, one thing you had mentioned to Dark Falls before the start of this race is that Fury prefers trolley flags. This was anything but a trolley flag, Dark Falls.
Oh, for sure. It was a little bit straightforward as far as the E8 flag set goes. But from someone like Fury, I know really enjoys the trolliness factor.
Yep, and now level 9 is going to have a little bit of that trolliness factor with the double river room. Now again, he's got the ladder, so he won't have to worry about it. But if he didn't have the ladder, it would be fun. But in any event, FurySK trying to find the room that does have the silver arrows. He's got to be getting close.
It's
He is with us
the
in
bottom
chat,
left.
though.
Well, I'm sorry, I ruined it. Perfect timing, man.
Yeah, perfect timing.
So we do have FurySK in chat with us. GG Fury, well played. Just one of those seeds.
Yep.
Yeah, we had talked about before the race that you prefer the trolley flags where you really have to work for your Triforce pieces and items, but this happened to be one of those easy peasy lemon squeezy seeds where if you just found everything in the right order, got everything in the right order, you could beat this in under an hour. Because I must say, you played very well, but just the fact that Ategenos finding the silver arrows in level 6 when he did, that ended up being the factor.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, I about crap my pants in 9 because you go. I guess I won't ruin it for you, but yeah, I thought I needed a ladder. I did my bait though, so I would have been able to at least get past the bait block to get it in 8. But I took a couple. I actually cheesed the stair that you're not supposed to going up the middle column, and it took you to Triforce room. I checked the rest of the column that I could, and then I just baited.
Here's the room where the silver arrows are for FurySK. And he can't, unfortunately, use bow and arrow because he's only got 1 rupee to his name. And unfortunately, there's a rupee drop. I was just about to say, come on, rupees are in the money dropping group. There's a nickel. There's the silver arrows, and that's all she wrote. And FurySK burns him down like I would if I was in the race. He's going to give the silver arrows a run for their money.
Man, and I was super surprised to see those. That 6 was pretty, I was probably going to go grab the Triforce and just get out of there, and then the silvers popped. I'm like, oh, okay. And then seeing Red Candle and Bow in level 2 at like 3.5 minutes, I'm like, huh, well then.
So, if you wouldn't have found those silver arrows in level 6 and you would have grabbed the Triforce Ategenos, do you think you would have gambled or do you think you would have went back?
I probably would have went to 9.
So we could have had ourselves a race to the silver arrows at that point, but didn't work out that way, and you made the correct decision. You just, like I said, I don't think FurySK did anything wrong.
Oh, not at all.
In this race.
I just got lucky.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because you were in the winners finals for a reason. You guys played extremely well. And I got to ask you another question, Ategenos. Just think, you were on the razor's edge of being sent down to the bonus bracket in your first bracket match against Fried Teeth. He had you on the ropes, but you got lucky again in that one.
Man, that was a fun one. That was the first match of the brackets, and what a place for that wand to be in level 9.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have seen what level 9 can do in this tournament. It has generated a lot of comebacks already, and a lot of big comebacks at that. Wasn't the case this time around, thankfully for you, Ategenos, but you may need some of that luck coming into the Grand Championship, depending on who you might have to face. The FurySK has found exactly how to get to Zelda's room, and he's just a couple rooms away for the Ganon fight.
Yeah, so that river room freaked me out, and then you go over to the next column and go up, and it's a horizontal shoot room. You can't get to Zelda's door without going all the way around.
Yep, one more time. Here's Ganon, looking for 8 hits. And Hyrule Driver will cost him 1 heart, and he's only got 2.5 hearts to his name. Make that 2 hearts. And there's 4, 5, 6. Couldn't quite finish him off there. Does have a potion at the ready. He's going to try and... Oh, he's down to half a heart! And he's not even going to take any chances. He's going to drink up. Now, Ategenos, you didn't find the letter, but you'll get a kick out of this. The potion prices were an exact 2-for-1 ratio. You had 29 for the Pepsi and 58 for the Coke.
Nice.
Which I very rarely see. It might be only like the second time I've ever seen the ratio be exactly like that. Down goes Ganon. We've got the Triforce of Power. We've got some crispy bacon. And get your GGs out for FurySK. He put up an exceptional match tonight. Just not enough this time.
Oh well, we'll have to win my next best of 3 in the losers final and come back and do it all over again.
Yep, and who knows? Who knows? You may get another shot at Ategenos at that point. Now, Dark Falls, correct me if I'm wrong, the finals is a best of 5, and the person who won the winner's bracket gets a 1-game incentive.
That is correct.
All right, so FurySK, you played very, very well tonight. I mean, between you two, I didn't really see many mistakes. I mean, Ategenos, no deaths, which very hard to do in Swordless, but you put up a pretty much clean seat.
I had Red Ring at like 12 minutes also, so it's...
I get that, but there's still no guarantees with the red rings. I mean, you might be in a screen where there's like Wizrobes abound, which we didn't see many Wizrobes, so that was pretty pleasant for you guys.
Yeah, there's that one staircase in 7, I think, that may have been blocked by 3 very beefy blue Wizrobes, and then the Triforce was also behind the same setup.
And
yes,
the death
that was either the stair. That was the okay. So it wasn't a ladder block. It was a staircase block to go to the rest of the dungeon to find the item in there, is what it was. And I'm like, I had 5 bombs. I was not gonna do that.
And the only death that you took, FurySK, was you ended up getting pile drivered by all the Armos before you got into the level 7 doorway. Other than that, I mean, you were pretty clean with your combat as well. I mean, yes, Red Ring came early, but there's no guarantees with Red Ring.
Yeah, Red Ring, Red Candle, and Bow early, and then got stymied in some dungeons that just had nothing but hearts. Like 4 had nothing but hearts, 7 had hearts. So, oh.
Yep. But again, you're not out of it, FurySK. You still got a shot in the bonus bracket, and who knows? You two very well might face each other again, and if you do, it's going to be one heck of a finals.
I don't know that there's a single person left that I wouldn't enjoy playing. It's other than I think Jay Coper. I've played everybody at least once. I may have played Jay Coper once or twice, but Captain Green 7 and I have played a lot of finals against each other in battle royales, and then obviously I'm super biased and I want to play Saber just so I can get revenge because he's knocked me out of a couple of tournaments, and the finals of the first one. And then I'd Fury and, Fred and Antlers. Antlers knocked me out of the last tournament. So, there's a lot of people I'd like to play.
Now, Antlers and Jay Coper, have they done any of their best of 3s yet?
No, they're doing all 3 tomorrow. Back to back to back.
Ooh, wow. What? So we are going to have we're going to have somebody in the bonus bracket semifinals come tomorrow, because FurySK gets sent down to the losers finals against either Antlers, Jay Coper, Fred, Captain Green, or Saver. Again, the Captain Green 7 and Saver match is currently in progress. Crystal Saver leads that best of 3 1-0, so we'll see what happens there.
On the forum it says May 6th, which is Monday.
So Monday, sorry. Now it starts at 7 o'clock.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Dang,
that was the 5th.
I didn't read the comment there. That's brave. That is really brave.
Oh, I agree that's brave, because what if the first race is a 4-hour seed?
It can happen, man.
We've already seen it happen at least once.
All right, so without any further questions on your behalf, Laz, I will say GG to both Ategenos and FurySK. and good luck on their next matches. We want to thank Oasis on behind the scenes for the fantastic job tracking. Please give all of them a follow, as well as my co-com today, LZ Cards Fan 23. If you guys want to head over to Speed Gaming 4, we do have a race in progress, as you just said. Captain 7 and Crystal Saber. I'll be heading over there myself. Until then, I was Dark Falls. With me today was LZ Cards Fan. We'll see you guys on the next race.
And I'm LZ Cards Fan 23. GG to the both of you. Good luck to you in your next match. We will see you again next time. So long, everybody.